You're watching the Running Report show on Fan Hub TF. I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, here to give you running news produced for and by the culture. And this week, we're going to be talking about Nike Indoor Nationals. We were out there 2 weeks ago interviewing some of the top high school athletes, announcing them, giving the winner's wave as well. But this week, I want to talk about Nike Indoors, just about the amazing performances that we've seen for everybody that's on deck. These are the kids that are on deck that we're going to be talking about for years and years down the road. I want to start off with this amazing performance in the mile championship, probably the highlight of the week and the most anticipated race on that Sunday of Nike Indoor Nationals, and it did not disappoint. Irene Riggs took the victory, running a 4:38 in the mile over a talented field of Carrie Beluga and Sophia Rodriguez, really beating them out. But what Irene was talking about to us about is how she's excited for the 2 mile. In February, she ran 9:45, converting to a 9:49 2 mile indoors, which puts her as number 4 all time. But the crazy thing is that Riggs did this all on strength. Like, it is crazy. She talked about this and more with Aaron at the Armory.
My coach, he kind of was like, we kind of had the mindset that your focus for the winter is the U20 race and then World Championships, and going to Indoor Nationals is like a bonus. We'll do it at the end and give everything we have. But yeah, I did a lot of just basic cross-country training, a lot of hill repeats, so I've not really done much speed training, so I'm really pleased with how it went.
How do you feel like that's gonna set you up for outdoors? Like, what is the time goal in the mile? Now you're already running 4:38 with just off base.
Yeah, so just off base, it's really exciting because I feel like I'll be able to hit some faster marks in the mile for outdoor. But even more outdoor, I'm really excited for the 2 mile. So that's like my main focus. So
yeah, so you're just getting in some speed work today.
Yeah.
2 mile is the real.
2 miles where it's at.
Yeah. Eventually a 5K.
Eventually
maybe
5K.
Maybe a 10K in the future.
I don't know. Don't mention that to Coach Clark. Don't say that.
It was really cool to see Irene Riggs finally race in person. She's gonna be a great athlete as she moves on to Stanford. But let's talk about somebody that's moving into high school, and that's Sophia Rodriguez. She broke the 14-year-old world record at the Nike Indoor Nationals, according to York Daily, running that 10:20, finished behind Brooke Wilson, a senior out of Colorado who finished second at NXN. This girl is in 8th grade running 10:20 in the 2 mile. Amazing stuff by Sophia. And but before this, last year, she was running over 11 minutes, running 12 minutes, 3,000 meters. I talked to her at Nike Indoor Nationals, and it was quitting soccer that was a turning point for her.
My dad really had a big impact on me, but he really just believed in me and showed me the opportunities that I could get to do, and the training I had been doing while I was playing soccer, and really just it was, I don't know, just a lot of putting in the hard work and seeing the results, and that just brought so much more than I could ever ask for.
It's maybe crazy to say, but Rodriguez's poise may just be the same as Rodrick Pleasant. Pleasant is committed to Oregon to play football and run track. He ran 20.4 last year in the 200, and he ran 10.14, and he's now a Nike Indoor National champion in the 200 after running a 21.4. After 200, he was like, bro, I am tired. I just came back from football. This was really just conditioning, and it really was. He's going to have his work cut out for him when he gets back to California. Dijon Stanley of Granada Hills just ran a 20.86, so he's definitely going to push Pleasant this year in California when it comes to outdoor track. He talked about this and more with Aaron.
California always super competitive in the sprints. How do you feel like this prepares you for your outdoor season?
It really prepares me, especially getting out here and running fast with this indoor. Everybody's been training out here, so it's a stepping stone in the right direction. The competition in California is amazing. We have some really good dudes out there like Devin Bragg, Jalen Barbrin. It's a number of guys, so it's very exciting, and I can't wait to get out there and compete against them.
We talked to the men's 200-meter champion. We had to talk to the women's indoor champion as well of the 200. That was Mia Brahe-Pederson. She was the indoor national record holder this past year before it got broken by Adaheja Hajj. We talked about that with her, and honestly, her focus, her determination has all matured so much. It didn't really phase her, at least from this conversation. Her goals for this past season, she didn't want to share with us, but she's definitely locked in.
And when you said you started taking it serious, what were some of those things that you did to kind of get yourself to this next level?
I've definitely had to work on my diet a lot, a lot. And my recovery, just kind of keeping my body healthy, because coming from a background of soccer, like injuries are frequent, and then coming into track, injuries are more frequent. Like you can't really avoid them, so it's kind of learning how to navigate them, and then just like trusting my coaches to get me through those, and then get me back to where I was, and then keep like excelling through that. I have a very good group of coaches. I have my club coach, and then I have my private coach, who is also my high school coach, and like they're just amazing. They teach me all my frontside mechanics and everything. I get compliments on my form a lot, which it obviously
you look smooth. You look smooth out there.
Obviously, it still needs a lot of work, like a lot of work, but they've taught me everything I know. I went from running like punchbacks to like actually running. Yeah, and I don't know, they just taught me everything. My teammates have taught me how to just have fun with it, and I don't know, I'm grateful for everyone I have.
That's great too, because like in some situations, like the private coach and the high school coach, like they don't get along. So that's good to hear that like they're both here and supporting you alongside like your parents and everything like that. That's to feel great.
Yeah, they each bring something very unique to my training, and it's just, I wouldn't be the athlete I am without either of them. So I'm grateful. And my parents, they provide so many opportunities for me. I also obviously wouldn't even be here if it weren't for them.
Yeah.
They go out of their way to provide every opportunity for me and make sure I have what I need to be successful, and I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful.
Now I gotta talk about these relays, because the Hoover Girls stole the show. They won the SMR on Friday, they won the 4x2 on Saturday, then they won the 4x4 on Sunday in a time of 3:50. Just phenomenal what these girls did. They making me want to go to the Alabama State meet, like honestly. And that competitive nature that they have to be able to win those 3 events is the same thing they have at their state meet, same thing they have at their practice that has got them to this level.
And when it comes to state, like we're each other's competition, you know. We're so we push each other. Yeah, we're so like ahead of everybody else. We just push each other.
Is there there's no bad blood though? Y'all all homies?
No.
That's glad to hear. That's glad to hear.
For sure.
Another dominant performance from this past weekend who won multiple events has to be Hunter Jones. He won the 2 mile and he won the 5,000. He wasn't really happy with those performances that he did solo dolo, but like honestly, I can just tell after talking to this dude a little bit longer, he's a high level athlete, and he's been like that since 8th grade.
Going off that, when did you get serious like in the sport? When did you feel like I can be like win Michigan State, like I can do that 4 times in a row in cross country? When did you start thinking about like just splits and everything? When did you feel like you started taking the sport real seriously?
Feel like it's probably like 8th grade when I broke the 2 mile national record for middle school. I ran like 9:34 in 8th grade, so that was a big breakthrough race for me. And after that, I considered myself like a high level athlete, and I treated it like that. You know, I was more focused on what I was doing and everything like that.
Another aspect that I like going to Nike indoors is being able to see like a race walk. You don't see a race walk every single day for high school athletes. There's a 1 mile race walk. Clayton Stoil won the boys side, and he talked about the race walk with Aaron and kind of broke down some of the rules. It was interesting to see, and really the community of it all.
Also, we saw in the stand there was like a protest, and you were kind of really like outspoken for your friend too, to make sure that he was able to get that done correctly. It seemed like everyone up there was very outspoken for him. Is that typical in this race walk? Everyone kind of sticking together? What was that all about?
I'd say like a race walk, it's a very tight community. There's not many of us, but like everyone knows everyone. So like when someone raises a complaint, you kind of like talk it over with the group. Like, was it legitimate? And like that's what we did, and we all found out like he didn't really have an issue, which is like what the judges saw. And there's nothing you can really do about it, but it's like he more had like a physical limitation where he couldn't like extend his knee all the way back. So when you're in a group of everyone that can like hyperextend your knee and he can't, it looks like he's cheating, but he's not. So it's like, that was a mistake on our part where we should have like briefed the judges on that beforehand, but it is what it is.
A lot of the national champions we spoke to don't just compete at this national stage, but compete globally. And one of them was Talia Green, who won the 1 mile race walk, an amazing performance as well. And she talked about her experience in Colombia last summer and how she absolutely loved it.
Colombia was amazing. That was probably like the best week of my life. It felt amazing to be there and to be around other people who love
track and field so much, and especially seeing so many race walkers. There was, like, at the warm-up tracks, you could see all, like, 40 of the race walkers who I'm going to be racing against, whereas in the U.S. there's only so many in the whole country.
I think one of the coolest things about going to Nike Indoors is that we're also at Nike Outdoors. That's when I first got to see Akala Garrett to compete, and like honestly, this girl is amazing. She's committed to Texas. She won U20s Worlds last year in the 400 meter hurdles. She's in the top 10 all time for high school 400 meter hurdles right now, and she's chasing records, chasing to be the best. In the 60 meter hurdles, she won a national championship. In the 400 meters, she won a national championship, and in the 4x4. But the amazing thing about Akala's story, especially at Nike Indoors or Nike Outdoors, is seeing the support of NSAF and everybody at Nike who's really supporting her and lifting her up and coaching her throughout the way.
Mentoring you, English Gardner was talking to you, like everybody in NSAF is always like mentoring you. How is that for you?
It's awesome because I've been to Nike every year since my freshman year, so they know me well, like since I was younger. So they're like, we've watched this girl grow, we've watched her do amazing things, and I just appreciate them for always being through on my journey. Like, this was my last Nike Indoor Nationals, and it was like kind of emotional earlier, but it's like reality setting in. I'm going to the next level. We got outdoor, and I was never gonna switch up on Nike. Me and Nike locked in like this. What? So I was just having fun, and I love the way that they love me, so I would never change that.
Now let's end it on a sweet note, because this dude had everybody lighting up after his 60-meter hurdle win. That was Alexander Chukwukelu, who went an amazing performance and was really preaching to Aaron, even had him hyped after his performance, man. No more losses, only learns for Alexander Chukwukelu going forward.
You friends with a lot of the people you race against too, a lot of these hurdlers?
Well, now we are. I mean, like, cause like we were competitive in the race, you know. We were like dogfighting and everything. You know, we were ruthless out there. But after that, man, we were all family. We came up to the podium, held hands, held them up high, and took a bow because, you know, we are all brothers at the end. We all stick together no matter what happens in the race. Even if you do good or do bad, though, to me, in my eyes, though, with these competitors I'm racing against, though, they're family in my heart, though, because they're human beings, and we all make mistakes. But as long as we learn from it, I don't say, and I'm sorry not to say loss anymore, I say learn.
I love that.
You know, because you win some and you lose some, but that loss, you take it as a learn so you can set you up for the next one. You have to have that consistency, be efficient with everything that you're doing, and you know, and be a ballistic athlete. And that's what God's been telling me this whole time, when I've been talking to him in my sleep, before I go to bed, wake up in the morning, in the shower, even come here, that I pray that God will give me a vision to where I'll be in a place where I'm satisfied with my career, and that, you know, God will provide. Like I said, as long as I do my part, God will take care of the rest.
Most definitely, man. When you can just lean on God, man, let him do his thing, man.
Amen.
But you give me hype right now. You give me inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't that just refreshing, bro? Like hearing from Alexander and really just all these high school athletes, hearing about their dreams, their aspirations, and really just like their love for the sport at such a young age. This is the future right here from Nike Indoor Nationals. These are the future athletes that we're gonna be talking about years to come. Like, it's dope. It really is dope. So I want to thank Nike Indoor Nationals for having this out and everything. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys want to see more interviews and the full interviews, check down the link below to go to Nike Indoor Nationals website and check out all the interviews that you possibly can. Some of them will be uploaded here on the YouTube channel as well. If you don't want to go to Nike Indoor Nationals website, I don't know if you don't want to do that, man. I'm just telling you. Make sure y'all check out FanHubTF for all your running news and everything. We'll see y'all next week on the Running Report show. Let's get it.